This is the Washington Times front page for Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. President Trump has ramped up his threats against Iran ahead of a U.S. deadline to make a deal to end the war or sustain more destruction. Tom Howell reports the president repeated his threat to destroy Iranian bridges and power plants if they don't negotiate a deal that includes freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump claimed Iranian civilians would accept the attacks if it meant being liberated from Iran's ruling regime. Iran has effectively closed the strait to commercial ship traffic since the start of the U.S. military campaign. The narrow waterway is a crucial corridor for moving goods, especially oil, out of the Persian Gulf. Republicans are hoping to deliver 2 legislative victories before the midterm elections using a filibuster-proof process to circumvent Democrats. First up, Lindsay McPherson reports, will be a measure to boost funding for immigration enforcement. Democrats continue to filibuster annual appropriations for U.S. immigration and customs enforcement and much of Customs and Border Protection. Republicans have also discussed including defense funding in the second package. The $1.5 trillion fiscal 2027 defense budget proposal from the White House includes $350 billion in mandatory funding that Republicans can use the budget reconciliation process to pass. Pursuing a second, larger reconciliation package close to the election is a major gamble, given Republicans' narrow margins in both chambers. The potential for microchip implant technology in employees is alarming privacy rights advocates, and some states have moved to ban the practice. Susan Ferricchio reports at least 14 states have banned employer-mandated human microchips, and some have imposed stricter regulations amid growing concerns about technology's increasing encroachment on privacy rights. In addition to concerns about bosses tracking employees, the technology could be vulnerable to hacking, and some medical studies have found the chips can injure tissues and tendons and have been associated with tumors in laboratory mice. More than 90% of lifeguards, bartenders, cashiers, and postal workers have college degrees, according to a report that finds too many graduates chasing too few jobs that require advanced education. Sean Salai reports My Perfect Resume found college graduates fill 68% to 95% of service jobs paying $29,000 to $40,000 a year. Those roles require a high school education at best and no prior experience. That includes more than 9 in 10 telemarketers, restaurant hosts, physical therapist aides, and amusement park attendants. The report compares Census Bureau education data with Bureau of Labor Statistics employment projections and wage figures. It defines overeducated as entry-level workers with more education than their jobs typically require. And finally, Hungary's parliamentary election Sunday has become the toughest political test of Prime Minister Viktor Orban's 16-year rule. Guillaume Patak reports Orban faces his strongest challenger yet in Peter Magyar, a former government insider whose center-right Tiza party has led in several recent independent polls. At the same time, the race is difficult to call as large numbers of voters remain undecided and Hungary's electoral system favors the incumbent. The election could reshape the European Union's ability to support Ukraine and alter Hungary's strained ties with Belgium and its friendly relations with Russia. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. The Washington Times. I'm George Gerbo.
Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.